Good morning, math masters and math wizards. Welcome to another edition of Mr. Leggett's Eureka Math in the Morning. We're going to continue to discuss subtracting mixed numbers. So let's get right to it. And what we're going to do is going to be subtract as shown in problem 3a. You don't have that. This is lesson 33 problem set. Problem 3, by decomposing to take one out. What does that mean? I'm going to show you how this all works. Get you all ready, 4th graders for 5th grade. We have 5 and 3/5. We're going to subtract 2 and 4/5. And once again we can see here that the numerator 4 is larger than this numerator 3, so it's going to present difficulties. Well, what can we do? Well, for starters, let's do 5 minus 2. What's 5 minus 2? 3. Right? So we're done with this and this for the time being. But we saw that 3/5, right? So we did 5 and 3/5 minus 2 is 3 and 3/5. And we are subtracting 4/5. Remember, we've already subtracted that 2. So now we're subtracting the 3 and 3/5. That was 5 and 3/5. We subtracted 2 to get 3 and 3/5. Now we're subtracting 4/5 from 3 and 3/5. Well, hello. That wasn't Math Mutt, it was another dog. So we're going to take the 1 out of this to subtract. What? You'll see. So I'm going to make this 2 and 3/5, and I'm going to put the number 1 here. Well, why would I do that? Well, I'm going to tell you in just a moment. Why would we do that? Well, let's take a look. So I've regrouped to 1, so now I can do, watch this, 1 minus 4/5. Right? And if you're having trouble with that thought, 1 minus 4/5, well, you could just do what? We can change that 1 into a 5/5, right? Minus 4/5. And what's 5/5 minus 4/5? Well, that would equal what? 5 minus 4 is 1, so it would equal, and I'll just put this down here, 1/5. But what do we do with that 1/5? Here's the deal, because we regrouped that 1 and we did 1 minus 4/5, we have 1/5 left over. So what we're going to do is do 2 and 3/5 plus 1/5. Right? Plus 1/5. Right? What will that equal? Well, remember the denominator does not change. 3 plus 1 is 4. And we have 2 and 4/5. That's our answer. We can always check this by adding 2 and 4/5 plus 2 and 4/5, and we'd see what we'd get. We'd get 5 and 3/5. If you wanted to check that, you can go right ahead and do that. Let's tackle another problem doing this the same way. And we'll go with 4 and 3/6 minus 3 and 5/6. Well, what's the first thing we should do? We should take 4 and 3/6 and minus 3. What would we have left? Well, 4 minus 3 is 1. And I have the 3/6 left over. So now what I'm left with is 1 and 3/6 minus 5/6. Let's regroup or decompose. And we're going to decompose this like so. We're going to take 1 and 3/6. So we're going to take this 1 and subtract 5/6 from it. Okay? So 1 minus 5/6. All right? Think about that. 1 minus 5/6. What is it going to equal? We have the 1 there and minusing 5/6. We still have our 3/6 left right there. Well, if we're a little confused, we can just go, okay, I'm going to turn this 1 into 6/6 minus 5/6. and that will equal what? 1/6, right? So now I need to add that onto the 3/6. The 1's gone. The 3/6 is still with us. The 5/6 is gone. So now I just need to add 3/6 plus 1/6. What do we get? That would equal what? 4/6. And we could check this by just adding. We could take 3 and 5/6 plus 4/6. And what we should have is 4 and 3/6, okay? So I can't add my 3 to anything, so let's put my 3 here. And then I go over here, 5 plus 4 is 9, so I have 3 and 9/6. Wow, that's a really mixed up number. Well, remember, we could decompose this, 6/6 and 3/6, right? Because 6/6 plus 3/6 equals 9/6. So I have 3 plus 1 is 4, plus the 3/6 is 4 and 3/6. And look at that, we were absolutely correct. All right, let's head on and do another one. 8 and 3/10, and we're subtracting 2 and 7/10. A lot going on there. Well, let's think about this again. 8 minus 2, or 8 and 3/10 minus 2, would just be 6 and the 3/10. We say goodbye to the 2. We've already subtracted that, right? 8 and 3/10 minus 2 is 6 and 3/10. Now we need to subtract the 7/10. But we can't because that numerator is larger than that numerator. So we need to decompose. How are we going to do that? Watch what happens. Or regroup. We'll do 5 and 3/10 and 1. And we use that 1 to subtract the 7/10, right? 1 minus 7/10. What will that equal? Remember, if we can't figure that out in our head, we go, okay, I'll make a 10/10 minus 7/10. What will that equal? 10/10 minus 7/10 equals 10 minus 7 is 3, would equal 3/10. So now we're done with the 1, we're done with the 7/10. So now all I need to do is go 5 and 3/10 plus 3/10. Whoops. What will that equal? I'll put a little arrow down there. 3 plus 3 is 6, so it'd be 5 and 6/10. Now if I added 5 and 6/10 and 2 and 7/10, do you think I'd get 8 and 3/10? If you do, you are absolutely correct. All right, now we're going to solve using a variety of methods, any method we choose. So let's kind of try some different methods with this, okay? So let's start off with the number line. And I always like doing the number line. You know why? Because you can really see what's happening, what's going on. Oh, I like number line too. Well, hello, Princess Yvonne. You going to help us out with the number line? Yes, I like to help with number line. All right, well, help us out. I will. All right, so we take 6 and 1/4 minus 3 and 3/4, okay? So let's think about the number line. Yes, let's do. Okay, I'm going to make a number line. And my last number over here will be a 6. And this will be 6 and 1/4. They match. 6 and 1/4, 6 and 1/4. Yes, they do at that. Now, let's see, we can make a 5 and a 4. Oh, I made a mistake. This is good. We're going to need more than that. Yes, much more. Yeah. Let's try it again. You know what? I'm going to get a new piece of paper. Boys and girls, maybe you want to get a new piece of paper too. It's a hot day down here in San Diego. Okay, we're trying this again. 6 and 1/4 minus 3 and 3/4. Let's start with the number 2. 3, 4, 5, and 6. And boy, I might have to do this again. 6 and 1/4. Barely had room. Yes, barely had room, Princess Yvonne. So now, let's say about 6 and 1/4. Let's break these up into fourths. Okay. 2 and 1/4, 2 and 2/4, 2 and 3/4, 3. 3 and 1/4, 3 and 2/4, 3 and 3/4, 4. 4 and 1/4, 4 and 2/4, 4 and 3/4, 5. 5 and 1/4, 5 and 2/4, 5 and 3/4, 6. So they're all broken into fours. Not very good scale. No, I didn't do very good scale. There's bigger pieces here and there. But we can see that 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1 whole. 1/4, 2/4, 3/4, 1 whole. So on and so on. So we're subtracting 3 and 3/4. So let's say we just were to subtract 6 and 1/4 minus 3. What would we get? We would get 3 and 1/4, right? Yes, 6 and 1/4 minus 3 is 3 and 1/4. But we still have to add the 3/4. Yeah, I took care of the 3, but now I have to subtract the 3/4. So let's go ahead and subtract our 3. So I went from 6 and 1/4 all the way to 3 and 1/4. Boo! So we're going to put minus 3. But now I subtracted the 3, I still need to add 3/4, or subtract 3/4. 1, 2, 3. Boop. Minus 3/4. So there I've subtracted, you've subtracted 3 and 3/4. Yes, thank you, Princess Yvonne. We took 6 and 1/4, subtracted the 3 to get to 3 and 1/4, and subtracted 3/4 to get to 2 and 1/4, 2/4. Yeah, 2 and 2/4, and that is our answer. Yay! Yes, lots of excitement. Let's go to our next problem, and then you'll be doing some on your own. 5 and 1/8 minus 2 and 7/8. Okay, let's go ahead and decompose. Oh, I'm sorry, Princess Yvonne. Let's go ahead and decompose the 2 and 7/8. Okay, let's. So 5 minus 2 is 3. And we still have that 1/8, right? So it's 3 and 1/8. What do I need to subtract? You need to subtract the 7/8 right there. Right where? Oh, right there. Thank you, Princess Yvonne. So minus 7/8. Now we're going to decompose this or regroup it to 1. So we have 2 and 1/8 and 1. See how that makes 3 and 1/8? Now I can take my 1 and subtract 7/8. And instead of going 8/8 minus 7/8, I think we can do right now, we can just say, how many eighths do I need to get to 1? I think just 1/8. Yeah, because then I'd have 8/8. So we could say 1 minus 7/8 equals what? It equals 1/8. Don't believe me? I do. I know you do. But just go ahead and check. 7/8 plus 1/8 equals 8/8, which equals 1. Yes, it does. So there we have it. And so now we have that 1/8 left. So now I've done this, I've done that, I'm left over with this 1/8. So I have to do 2 and 1/8 plus 1/8. And what will that equal? Well, 1/8 plus 1/8 is 2/8, and the 2 remains. So we have 2 and 2/8. Hooray! Yes, that was a good one. Let's keep on going, and we'll do 8 and 3/12 minus 3 and 8/12. And this one we're going to pause. Not yet, Princess Yvonne. We're not going to pause yet. Let's make a number line first, okay? Okay. And let's go ahead and we're going to make the very last one here, 8 and 3/12. Okay, we're going to be breaking these into 12ths. So 8 and 2/12, 8 and 1/12, then 8. Okay, then we'll do 7 here, and let's break it into 12 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We'll do 6. Well, I hope I have enough room. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I think I'm going to have to really scrunch this in. Uh-oh. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Barely enough room. And then we have 5 here. Well, Mr. Leggett's still going to run out of room. Oh, no. Mr. Leggett, you messed up. Yeah, I did. You know, we're dealing with 12s, and I just don't have enough room. So you know what? Let's do it the different way. Okay. We'll go 8 and 3/12 minus 3 and 8/12. Okay, we'll do 8 minus 3. What's 8 minus 3, everybody? 5! That's 5, yep. But we still have that 3/12, so we have to do 5 and 3/12. We're going to cross out that 3, and we're going to subtract that 8/12. I can't take 8/12 away from 3/12, so let's regroup. And we're going to have 4 and 3/12 and the 1. And what's that 1 going to allow me to do? It'll allow you to subtract the 8/12. Yeah, exactly. So I can do 1 minus 8/12. What will that equal? Well, you just have to calculate how many more you need to get to 12 units. So 12 minus 8 is 4, so you need 4 more. So it would be 4/12. Yeah, exactly. Thank you so much for explaining that, Princess Yvonne. So we have 4/12. Are we done yet? No, time to add. Yeah, we've taken care of the 8/12. We've taken care of the 1. And now we have the 4 and 3/12 plus the 4/12. 4 and 3/12 plus 4/12 equals, well, if you want, we could put these in parentheses. Uh-oh, I shouldn't have said parentheses. Did somebody say the parentheses? Yes, I did, Math Mud. What do we do with parentheses? We always do the parentheses first. Yes. So 3 plus 4 is 7. So you have 7/12, and then just 4. Oops, I forgot to put the addition sign there. 4 plus 7/12 equals 4 and 7/12. Now, you try one on your own, and this one's really kind of wacky. 5 and 1/100. Oh no. Minus 2 and 97/100ths. What could we do? I think it's time for you to, Mathma, can you do this? Buzz. And welcome back. What in the world did you get for this answer? This is definitely one where I don't want to make a number line. There'll be 100 little pieces in between each number. So let's go ahead and do 5 minus 2, which is 3. And I still have my 1/100th there, one piece out of 100. But I need to subtract 97/100ths. That's almost one whole. How are we going to do this? Let's do it. Let's regroup here. I'm going to make this a 2 and 1/100th. And then on this side, we're going to have what? Number 1. So now I can take that one whole and subtract the 97/100ths. Pretty big number. So let's make the 1, we'll convert the 1 into 100/100ths. It's just 1. Any number, if they're the same on the numerator and denominator, it's 1. So we'll subtract 97/100ths. What do we get? 98, 99, 100. We get 300ths. So now I'm done with the 97/100ths. I'm done with the number 1. I'm done with that 3 and 1/100. So I have 2 and 100ths, but I need to add that on. Okay? 1 plus 3 is 4, so I'm at 2 and 4/100ths. Wow. Crazy lesson. Thank you so much, Princess Yvonne and Math Mutt, for helping out. I appreciate it. I hope you're all staying safe up in the Anza Valley. I'm staying busy down here in sunny San Diego. I hope you got all my postcards. I've been sending them out one by one, so if you haven't got one, look in your mailbox. I miss you all very much and can't wait to see you next school year.